Alright, so here is my speed sensor that I just pulled out of the Q45 diff in my Subaru. Yeah, the one that I had just taken out of my car here, the wires were pulled all the way out in the bottom. This is basically all I need here. I was able to have some salvage wire there, and obviously I'm just going to extend it. And I'm probably going to run it through the interior, and then run into my Dakota Digital box. So this is the plan here. I'm going to go ahead and strip these wires, and then put some extension wires on there, you know, heat shrink, and all that good stuff. And hopefully, if everything goes well, my speedometer will work like it used to work a long time ago. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with pink and blue. It's kind of not exactly what I was hoping for, but this is all I have right now, and it's not going to work any differently, even if I use black and white. So, on a typical 2-wire speed sensor, the black wire is obviously going to be a ground. The signal wire is going to be white, and it gets powered by itself because it's a magnet, and every time a magnet comes by and sends a signal, it sends its own energy current. So there's a ground and a signal on a typical 2-wire speed sensor. I'm not sure if there's any other kinds, but yeah, that's how these work. It would technically be a braid if you were using more, but this is a twist wire fashion. I've never used this before. I've seen it used. Yeah, well, it actually is working out. It's working good. I mean, honestly, it's not even trying to unravel itself. So this is a good way to keep your wire together if you don't want to tape it all up. I actually would recommend doing this. Crap, I forgot my zip ties. Damn it, I don't want to do this, but I guess we're using green ones. Okay. This is where the speed sensor goes in the differential, if you guys have never noticed that. Alright, so here we go. Got it through the bottom of my trunk, through a grommet. It's going to go through, obviously, the body panels, and then go to the front. I'm going to have to plug it in and everything and make sure it works before I run all the wire, because that would be a waste of time, you know? I got it first try. My speedometer is working, in fact. But I will show you guys what I did and how I did it. As soon as the car is warmed up, I'd rather the car just be warmed up so we can be ready to drive it. It's pretty muddy, so I'll have to, you know, slowly drive out of my driveway. But yeah, as soon as the car is warmed up, I will show you guys how I wired it. So if you guys want to do this, then you can do this as well. I've got my wires ran through the car, nice and tucked. We got power ground, signal in, sensor power out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For this particular sensor, you got a 2-wire connector. The blue I said I ran to the ground, which the ground is the black wire, and the signal I did pink, which is the white wire. You're going to want to put the ground and the sensor ground port. You're going to want to put the signal and the signal in port, and that is it. That is all you have to do, and then you have to calibrate it, whatever. It's going to be a high-low setting for this sensor. That's probably going to be typical for S chassis. It takes a low, there's a low PPM for the speedometer, high PPM output for the sensor. So that's what you're going to have to run for the settings for this, and that is it. Shout out to a viewer for telling me about the headrest. I totally didn't think about that. Kind of dumb on my part. Makes me sound like a freaking noob. But anyways, my speedometer is in fact fixed. So anti-lag is fixed. Guys, so my clutch pin and my clutch pedal fell out, so I had to put it back in. This will be the final couple of pulls. Hopefully the battery will stay awake. So I'll do this first one on 18 pounds, and I will try to go all the way. So like to my rev limiter. was kind of sketchy. So I'm gonna call that one, and I'm just gonna go to my A setting, which is 27 pounds. Like it gave up at 120 or 125 or something. I can't tell. I don't know why.